It always seems that the weather turns against the farmer around harvest time in Devon. August tends to be wet and the dry weather windows few. Most of the farmers that we work with were reliant on contractors to get their harvest in. This put extra pressure on those windows of dry weather, as our farmers competed with other farmers for contractors to combine at the opportune time. Once the ears of grain had gone from green to brown and started to bow on the stem, we would begin testing the moisture levels in the grain. With wheat, this meant rubbing an ear of grain between the hands to knock the chaff off and reveal the grain inside. Try to dent the grain with your fingernail. Also bite it. It should be crunchy, not soft or chewy. If you can dent the grain or it's still chewy in the mouth, the grain is not ripe and needs longer on the plant. Ideally, the grain wants to be harvested as close to 14% moisture as possible. If 14% is achieved, this will save time and expense using a grain dryer. This ambition has to be weighed against the likelihood of favourable weather conditions. The reality in the southwest is that for most years it is necessary to use a grain dryer to get the moisture levels sufficiently low for storage and milling. Once the grain is ready for harvest, harvest as soon as possible to avoid the grain repeatedly getting damp and drying out again, which can lead to spoilage caused by fungal growth. It is better to get the harvest in when the grain is at peak condition and then dry it. See Chapter 5 for information on drying and cleaning the crops. The modern combine harvester is designed to efficiently harvest a variety of crops. The name derives from its combining 3 separate harvesting operations, reaping, threshing and winnowing, into a single process. The separated straw is chopped, and this combined with the chaff is blown out and left on the field, providing an important source of organic matter for the soil, or the straw is baled for bedding or feed for livestock. The combine harvester will cut the straw generally between 10 and 25 centimetres from the ground in order to avoid incorporating stones, which means that even with tall crops all of the weed is gathered, unlike when using a reaper binder for harvesting. Once the crop has been combined, it is then ready to be transported to the storage site.